You just rung up that mother and daughter, right? Did you ask them if they wanted a credit card? You did? They said no? Oh, they told you that they were in the process of buying a house, but you still didn't. Did you ask them again? Did you tell them all the benefits of that credit card? Yeah, you just remember that we do have that quota that we have to hit every week, remember? I need us to be selling at least 3 cards a day. I know. But remember, when you sell that card, you get $5 of commission. Even if you don't sell it to them in the moment, you should definitely give them one of our pamphlets. Did you tell them about all of the bonus rewards though? No, you can't just tell them to skip it on the pin pad. You need to make sure that they're reading it. Did you tell them about the $20 bonus reward that they get for signing up though? Did you ask that elderly couple if they wanted the credit card? You did? Well, did you really ask them? You make sure if they tell you no one. Remember, $5 of commission, that adds up really fast. If we hit our quota 2 weeks in a row, I'll get everybody Starbucks. Every single person that comes through our register, we need to be asking them about those credit cards. And if they say no, give them a pamphlet. Please, thank you. Is there a reason you're not selling any credit cards? Hey, you just...
Wow. Oh, I remember working at department stores and some things just don't change. Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, we're going to be reacting to store credit cards. So, if you like this type of content, consider subscribing. Thank you for your attention. Alright, let's get back to the video. This reminds me of right after high school, beginning of college, I worked at a department store. And even back then, and that was 20 years ago, this was big for department stores, and I can't remember if it was $5 or $2 or what, but you did get a little bonus, so to speak, for opening up cards. Not only credit cards, depending on which department you worked in. So I worked in the shoe department. We had shoe club cards or whatever it was, and when you sign them up for that, it's not a credit card, but it's like a club card. I got an extra $2. So that was kind of like my side hustle. I would open credit cards for the department store, and because I was in the shoe department, I would open up these club cards. And working at the shoe department, you get commission on pretty much certain brands. So if you are going to work at a department store, this was 20 years ago, but I highly recommend go to a shoe department. You'll rack up some bucks there. Alright, let's take a look at the comments on this one. All of us, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Good employees relate so bad. There you go. Looks like it's a culture. Except, where's the $5 of commission? I might try harder for $5. That's a gallon of gas nowadays. We don't get commission as TJX employees. That's what I'm saying. I'll never forget a girl at TJ asked me if I wanted a credit card, and when I said no, she reported, "I don't even know why they make us ask. No one ever does." In the most exasperated, annoyed tone, I laughed so hard that the poor girl was fed up. Oh, 27 replies. Take a look at it real quick. When I worked at TJ Maxx, they made us literally do a whole practice on how to ask someone if they want a card. There's a whole script and everything. We have to ask 3 times and given 3 different benefits each time we ask. Same thing when I worked at Target and the red card. No means no, bruh. This was like 10 years ago though, so I don't know if they're still that pushy about it. Same with Dick's. No, I'm assuming it's gonna be OMG. Anyway, it's terrible. I hate the cosplaying, as my manager calls it. Well, in banking we called it role playing. So if you were a teller, or especially as a banker, but you would review the relationship as you're going through the transaction, and if you saw anything that might benefit the customer, you would recommend it. And if they take you up on it, if you were a teller, you would refer them over to the banker side. And if you're on the banker side, you can dig into more and make sure it is the right fit for the customer. They know what they're getting into. And if it makes sense, the customer would do it on the spot. Usually they'll say they'll think about it, or they'll talk to their spouse or whoever. But then you would set up a follow-up appointment and move on from there. Usually you'll get them on the follow-up because they'll realize maybe this will actually benefit me. But same tactics, I want to say, in banking. The bigger products, for instance, in banking are the mortgages and the business loans. So that requires a little bit more expertise and a little bit more details as it relates to the terms and conditions and what they're actually getting into, but most importantly, how it's going to benefit them financially. So, a little bit of a banking insider as it relates to that industry, but tactics, they're the same. You got to ask. All right, let's check out the next video.
Oh, hey there, pretty girl. Are we shopping with our store credit card today? No, I don't have a credit card for this store. Oh my gosh, hon, not a problem. We'll get you signed up right now. You do have to be over the age of 18. I can't actually ask if you are over the age of 18. I can't ask your age or anything. But if you got an ID, we'll just get you signed up right now, all right? I don't know. I don't have any credit cards. I have a debit card, but I probably shouldn't open a credit card. I don't know. Maybe I should ask my parents first. Girlie, no need to call the rent. So the great thing about opening up a credit card for a store like this is that if you keep it open for a long, extended period of time, even if you don't use it, it's really going to help establish some great credit for you. So why don't we go ahead and get that started? I don't know. I just feel like that's like a big financial decision that I probably shouldn't be making with a bunch of people behind me in a crowded mall. I feel like I have to pass. Girlie, you can literally cancel it as soon as you get it in the mail. Don't even worry. You'll still get the discount today. I just need an ID.
Man, she was trying to close hard on that one. I've seen this in real life. I've been both an employee and a customer, and I've experienced this on both ends. When you get a good one like this one, you can tell she's a veteran. You can see the facial expression. But you see the closing phrase? Let's go ahead and get it started for you right now. So, man, she's a veteran. You could tell. This might be for tiki-taki, but at the same time, you can tell she used to do it. Or she is doing it now just because how smooth she was. But this is true. This is what they do. It's not just going to Target or TJ Maxx for some clothes or whatever, home goods or whatever you find around. Oh, you're going to get ask a credit card question if you have one or if you don't. We'll say, hey, you'll save 20% today. But it's long-term debt. It's not like I'm going to save 20% for as long as I have the card every time I shop. Hey, it only takes 30 seconds. I'm going to go into debt, possibly, if I keep using this card. So why do they use that tactic? It's to reduce your resistance. Because it's so quick, don't even worry about it. 30 seconds. Everybody has 30 seconds. The tactic is to reduce your resistance of a no, right? Because it's so quick. Oh, well, I'm checking out anyway. It's only going to take 30 seconds. That's the whole tactic behind that. Everyone gets approved. Don't even worry about it. Very misleading. People's finances are very different. So very misleading. I've heard that a lot too. So be careful with that if you guys are using that, because there's laws and regulations on that. You cannot continue to keep saying that. It won't affect your credit that much. I've heard that too. Yes, it will. So even with these store cards, department store cards, they're essentially providing you a line of credit to use. That line of credit is money they're lending you to shop at their store. When somebody's lending you money, you got to pay it back if you use it. So they're going to pull your credit. Your credit is just how, your ability to pay back your obligations or your debt or your loan. So same thing, just because it's not a Visa card, MasterCard, or an actual bank or lender, it's still a form of credit, i.e. loan or line that somebody is providing you that terms and conditions state you got to pay back at a certain point in time. It's not free money. It's not free store credit. It's a loan. It will hit your credit. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Stores need to stop having credit cards. Point blank. This is 100% Victoria's Secret. LOL. I legit got into fights with my manager about how unethical this is. 19 replies. Let's take a look at it real quick. My Victoria's Secret manager always told me to lie to customers, then also not tell them it was a credit card. That's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. If you work in stores like this, and from what I can remember, we had training that states what we can and cannot do. So reading that comment, that's so sketchy. 1,000% illegal, but I get 1,000% illegal, but I get it. I work for Marshalls, and they used to tell us this LMAO, like I was just also freshly 18 and naive. Yeah, you gotta brush up on that. The perfect response that will work 100% of the time is, no, sorry, I can't today. My credit is frozen at the moment. Facts, that's a good one. I used to accidentally enter my information incorrectly. They'd give me the sign-up bonus discount and deny me for the lack of information. Wow, little hack right there. Oh man. Alright, let's check out the next video.
Samantha, you haven't gotten a single customer this whole month to sign up for a store credit card.
I'm telling you, nobody wants this card.
That's not true. Plenty of people do want this card. You gotta explain the benefits of the card.
Not that easy. I try. It's impossible.
Let me show you. Alright, your total is $89.99. But when you sign up for the credit card here today...
I had that credit card last year. It was the worst decision of my life. Just ring me up.
Your total is $19.99. Are you putting this on the store credit card?
God, what are you talking about?
Oh, well, we have a store credit...
Listen, man, I don't got time for this. I got my wife and kid in the car. Let me get out of here, man.
How's your day going, man?
Fuck off. Hello.
Hey, Mom, can you do me a huge favor?
Anything for you, son.
Can you come in and meet me at the
Checkout. For what?
I need you to sign up for a store credit card. Samantha...
The struggle is real. That's what it is. That is what it is. Especially if people legitimately have places to go and they're in a hurry. No, they're not going to put up with that. I would say the ratio of people saying yes on a given day, let's say you work 8-hour shift. You know, you're working part-time. Let's say you work a 4-hour shift. And per hour, you probably get, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 customers, right? The ratio of people actually doing it is probably 5%, if I'm being honest, based on my experience. But the thing of it is, customer will never say yes unless you ask, right? But you 100% will eat no's, and the ones that just tough it out and kind of through it, they eventually work out their own tactic, because I know I did. And they can kind of up the customer and kind of, okay, so I'm going to approach this customer, bulb, and you just kind of, and the good thing about it, it's your job. You do it day in, day out, hour by hour. So you kind of in and you're kind of good at it if you're serious about it and you don't like out yourself in your job and you're like, I want to get the heck out of here. And I gotta say, my first job was, like I said, a department store. It was pretty much sales, right? It really set me up for my whole career because I just stayed in sales and it worked out for me. Ate a lot of no's, but just really, I became good at selling myself. And regardless of who I was working for, I was, talking to the customer as if you're getting the benefit of not just this card, not just this line of credit, not just this loan. You're getting the benefit of knowing me, having me as your point of contact for the relationship you have with this company and this loan or line that you're going to get now. I'm your point of contact. So I found that really helped me out in terms of closing and relieving customer rebuttals or concerns. I'm not saying it works for everybody. Again, part is building rapport and really talking to your customer and gaining their confidence. But once you get really good at that, you look forward to, at least I did, I looked forward to these types of transactions and interactions so much that when I get a yes right away from my first question of asking them, do you want the store card or do you want this bulb? I'm almost puzzled that I didn't get a no. The first few times I was like, wait, you said yes? Like the first try? So you almost kind of know, and when you do get the yeses on the first try, it's like, oh wow. So that was like a light bulb moment for me. I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting good at this. So, but yeah, this brought me back to kind of on in my career and my selling days. But that'll do it for now. As always, make smart moves, not just loud ones. We'll see you on the next one.